Imagine an island untouched by modern civilization, where nature has been allowed to evolve without human interference. A place where the hand of man has not disturbed the untamed wilderness, where time seems to have stood still for thousands of years. This is not the stuff of fiction, but a reality in the form of North Sentinel Island. Situated in the Bay of Bengal, India, this secluded paradise has remained an enigma. The island teems with lush vegetation, its beauty untouched and unspoiled. It's a spectacle to behold, a testament to the raw, untamed power of nature. The surrounding waters, crystal clear, give a view of the vibrant marine life, painting an alluring picture of serenity. Yet beneath this tranquility lies a compelling story. The Indian government has placed an absolute prohibition on travel to this island. Since the mid-20th century, any attempts to reach this paradise have been strictly regulated, with the Indian Coast Guard vigilantly patrolling the surrounding waters. One might ask why such an enchanting place is off-limits. Well, it's not just the beauty that is captivating, but the mystery that surrounds it. North Sentinel Island isn't just the home of untouched nature, but also the Sentinalese, an indigenous tribe that has lived in isolation for centuries. Unfamiliar with modern civilization, they live as our ancestors once did, devoid of technology's influence and the world's progressive benefits. It's a fascinating juxtaposition, isn't it? A paradise that seems welcoming, yet it's guarded fiercely by its inhabitants. This is what makes North Sentinel Island an unseen paradise, a place that exists yet is out of reach. But it's not just the law that will stop you from reaching this island. As you approach the island, you'd be greeted not by a welcoming committee, but by a barrage of arrows. This is the harsh reality of North Sentinel Island, home to the Sentinalese tribe. Their first line of defense? A volley of arrows aimed at any intruders daring to approach their sacred lands. Sailing closer, you witness the locals standing guard on the shore, armed with bows and spears. Their shouts echo through the air in an unfamiliar tongue, their gestures clearly communicating an unspoken command: leave, now. Yet the language barrier is the least of your concerns. With every incoming spear and arrow, the tribe's intent becomes increasingly clear. This is their home, and they will fiercely protect it. The Sentinelese live an almost mythical existence, isolated from the world by choice. Their lifestyle is a testament to the resilience of human beings living in harmony with nature, untouched by modern civilization. Their self-imposed seclusion has kept their culture pure and unadulterated, a living snapshot of our primitive past. But this isolation also comes with its dangers. For an outsider, an encounter with the Sentinelese tribe is fraught with peril. Their hostility towards intruders is well documented. They don't differentiate between a casual tourist, a curious researcher, or an aggressive invader. All are met with the same ferocious defense. It's not just a matter of survival for them, it's a matter of safeguarding their way of life, their culture, their island. The Sentinelese have made their stance clear, yet their aggressive defenses have not deterred all. Over the years, many have dared to venture close to the island, driven by curiosity, ambition, or pure foolhardiness. Some have even tried to establish contact despite the obvious risks. The tribe's fierce resistance to outsiders has sparked intrigue and fascination, leading to numerous attempts to breach their borders. Yet despite these clear warnings, many have tried to reach the island. The Sentinelese have stood their ground, met each intrusion with unwavering hostility. Their message remains clear. North Sentinel Island is off-limits, a testament to a bygone era, a living museum of human history that demands respect and distance. In 1880, Officer Maurice Vidal Portman set foot on this sacred ground, but wisely left without attempting to visit the locals. This marked an early restrained encounter of the modern world with the secluded Sentinelese tribe. Over the years, many have ventured to this seemingly paradisiacal island, each with their own motives and methods. Historically, attempts to establish contact with the Sentinelese tribe have been met with varying degrees of success. Often, these attempts involve the offering of gifts to the tribe. From captured fish to coconuts and even metal pots, these tokens were meant to foster goodwill and open lines of communication. Sometimes the gifts were accepted, sometimes they were answered with a volley of arrows. The Sentinelese, it seemed, were selective in their interactions. One such interaction occurred in the late 20th century. A group of anthropologists sailed to the island, their boat laden with bags of coconuts. To their surprise, a local approached their boat, accepting the gift with cautious curiosity. This was an unprecedented moment, a glimmer of hope that the Sentinelese might be open to peaceful contact. In the same year, the islanders even boarded the boat, accepting more bags of coconuts from the team. This marked one of the last positive interactions with the tribe, a rare glimpse of a potential bridge between two vastly different worlds. Yet these moments of contact were fleeting. The Sentinelese tribe speaks a unique language, complex and undeciphered, adding another layer to the already formidable barrier. Communicating with them, therefore, remains a daunting task. Despite the allure of the unknown and the romantic notion of unearthing an untouched civilization, it is important to respect the tribe's evident desire for solitude. Over the centuries, they have made it abundantly clear that they wish to remain isolated, a choice that we as outsiders must respect. Despite these brief moments of contact, the tribe remains largely closed off from the outside world. The history of North Sentinel Island is a testament to the tribe's resilience and their steadfast determination to preserve their way of life, untouched by the hands of modern civilization. While the island may seem like a paradise, it poses significant risks to both outsiders and the tribe itself. The Sentinelese, untouched by modern civilization, are incredibly vulnerable to diseases that we take for granted. Our immune systems have spent centuries adapting to common ailments like the flu or even the common cold. Yet to the Sentinelese, exposure to such diseases could be catastrophic, potentially wiping out the entire tribe. In the late 20th century, a group of anthropologists ventured to the island bearing gifts of coconuts and fish. They were met with curiosity and acceptance, marking one of the last positive interactions between the Sentinelese and the outside world. However, even in these fleeting moments of contact, the risk of disease transmission was high. A single sneeze and accidental touch could have spelled disaster for the tribe. On the flip side, the threat isn't just one-sided. The Sentinelese are fiercely protective of their home and have been known to respond with violence to uninvited guests. Arrows and spears hurled with remarkable accuracy serve as a clear warning to any who dare approach their shores. The risk of harm, or even death, poses a significant deterrent to any who might be tempted to venture to North Sentinel Island. Recognizing these dangers, the Indian government made a crucial decision in the mid-20th century. They prohibited any travel to the island, a law enforced by the Indian Coast Guard. This was not just to protect curious outsiders from potential harm, but more importantly to safeguard the Sentinelese from the dangers of the modern world. The Indian government's stance is clear. The tribe has a right to live as they have for thousands of years, free from the threats posed by outside contact. The isolation of the Sentinelese tribe serves as a reminder of the diverse ways of life that exist on our planet. The world is full of wonders and mysteries, and sometimes the best way to respect them is from a distance, letting them exist in their own time and space. Despite the allure of its untouched beauty, North Sentinel Island remains a forbidden paradise. A testament to a time before technology and globalization, the island and its inhabitants, the Sentinelese tribe, continue to resist the pull of the modern world. But as we look ahead, the future of North Sentinel Island remains uncertain. The world around it is changing rapidly, and there are increasing pressures from the outside world. The encroachment of modern civilization and its accompanying challenges, including climate change, illegal fishing, and even the curiosity of adventurous tourists, pose significant threats to the island and its inhabitants. Yet the Indian government remains steadfast in its commitment to protect the Sentinelese and their way of life. Strict laws continue to prohibit any form of contact or interference, with the Indian Coast Guard vigilantly patrolling the surrounding waters. But will this be enough to protect this unique society in the long run? Some argue that a balance must be struck between preserving the tribe's isolation and ensuring their survival. The introduction of modern medicine, for example, could potentially save lives, but it could also lead to the tribe's extinction if not handled properly. And while some may argue that the Sentinelese have a right to know about and participate in the wider world, others contend that their wish for isolation should be respected. The debate is complex and fraught with ethical dilemmas, but one thing is clear: the Sentinelese tribe, who have survived and thrived on their own for thousands of years, deserve the right to decide their own future. In the end, the future of North Sentinel Island may serve as a litmus test for how we, as a global community, approach indigenous rights and cultural preservation. It challenges us to question our own definitions of progress and civilization and to recognize the value of diverse ways of life. In a world that's more connected than ever, North Sentinel Island stands as a testament to the power of isolation and the mystery